Hello, today we're going to talk about Androids versus iPhones and Samsung versus Apple overall, and why I prefer an Android and kind of hate the sheeple and stigma concerning iPhones and how they're the best for the UI of both phones. So first of all, the Apple UI is very hand-holding, and there's not much you can really do with it. So this is versus the Android UI, which can actually be edited at any time you want because there's an open file system, which I'm actually going to get into next. So an open file system means that you can actually access the files that you've downloaded and affect your phone. You can change these at any time, download new things off the internet. So it's almost like it's your machine. You bought it, therefore you can do anything you want with it. And while this does result in less security, there's even apps that you can download that help these security concerns really. And then going on to iPhones, they have a thing called close file, where the only way that you can really access these files is by doing something called jailbreaking your phone, which is currently illegal in the United States because backwards engineering anything is actually a legal act, and you don't. It's funny because you don't really own the phone as much as you do with an Android. So that means I can change the UI physically through the files, whereas Apple, you always have the same one. I could actually download iOS onto my Samsung if I wanted to, because once again, I can do anything I want with it. It's my phone, therefore I can mess with it, I can do whatever. iPhones are a bit different because they don't allow this. Going on to kind of the stigma following iPhones and why they're better. I think people generally like them because they were one of the early phones to come out, but just because something is consistently there for a while and is the first doesn't necessarily make it the best. Along with that, I think a lot of people are afraid of kind of going from a hand-holding system to a more open and confusing system. I think there is a learning curve on Android specifically. I still don't think that's not a reason to prefer an iPhone over an Android without doing any studying. That's the thing that annoys me the most, is when people don't even look at the specs of each phone and instead just think, oh, it's an iPhone, therefore I'll get it, and it's the newest one. Even though there are many times when older iPhones are even better than the newer ones. The same goes for Samsung, actually. And I think the kind of design of technology specifically should never be judged based off of legacy. Instead, it should always be in current competition of who's the best and who's doing the best and who has the phone for you, instead of whose phone have you been using in the past, which is what generally iPhone users do. They generally say, I've had an iPhone forever, so I'm going to use an iPhone forever. And I think it's just because it's the thing to do. I think everybody has an iPhone, so therefore there's kind of a consumer base for it that you kind of feel part of the bigger thing. That's not to say that that doesn't happen on Samsung either.